We provide for the non-medical needs of the patient and the family. The doctor and the nurse is on staff, and they certainly cover those areas, but we know that there's a lot more to a person than just their body and their needs physically, and that's where the social worker comes into play. So some of the things that we do are we can help with providing forms, let's say, for advance directives, like living wills, power of attorney, healthcare representative forms. Those forms become very important at the end of life if that has not been completed ahead of time. So we can provide those forms and some education in how they can go about getting those completed. We also help with very basic needs that people may have, from housing or food or financial assistance. Maybe a family member needs to leave work to care for the patient a bit, so we may be able to help them with their FMLA paperwork that they need to provide to their employer. We also can help with funeral planning if they've not done that yet, and sometimes people get to a point to where they may qualify for Medicaid. And so we can help them make that determination if they would qualify, and then assist them with the application process if that would be helpful to them. We provide emotional support a lot to the family and to the patient. And that just means we spend a whole lot of time with them, listening, hearing what they need to say, what they want to say, sometimes what they don't want to say. They just need to process at times, and so we spend some time with them, hearing them. We provide a great deal of education as well, particularly in hospice on end-of-life issues with what can and likely might happen, in order for them to be able to maybe prepare a little bit better for those times. And then the other thing I think is that, we provide care for people wherever they live. And sometimes that's in their home, and sometimes they're not able to stay in their home. So we can provide resources to some of the facilities that are available in the area. And then once the family makes a choice, we can help them with that referral process and all of the transition that needs to take place to get them where they belong. We also provide respite to help with the caregivers when they get tired. And so we facilitate that, getting the patient someplace else for 5 days just to give their loved ones a little bit of a break. So when a social worker is placed on the plan of care with our whole team, we visit as often as the patient needs and wants us to. And it's not typically as often as a nurse or an aide might visit, because we do different kinds of work than they do. They're more hands-on and need to be in constantly monitoring. But we typically visit once a month, twice a month on average for most people. But that is very fluid, and that changes throughout their stay with us. So at the beginning, they may need a lot of help with some of those things I mentioned, and maybe we address those issues and they don't need quite as much. Maybe they need nothing at the beginning, and then as time goes on, they begin to need more support and help. And so we'll constantly change what we call our frequency, how often we visit. We'll come talk to you. It doesn't mean that we've got a pen out and a paper ready for you to sign. We want you to understand. We want you to know that it's a decision. That's the beauty of hospice as well, is that the patient gets to decide, how am I going to do this? How's the family going to do this? And so we would love to just come and just spend time to help you, answer your questions, help you to understand this a little bit better.